Hello, everybody. Happy November. I hope you had a great time for your Halloween and you are looking forward to a wonderful November and a great Thanksgiving. So at this time, I always like to, in the beginning of the year, of the month, I always like to go over statistics and see how we did with our real estate market and compare numbers just to see how the real estate market is doing. If you own real estate, you're always interested to know whether or not your assets are appreciating or depreciating. If you are thinking of buying, you want to know whether or not you should wait and wait for numbers to come down, or if you're buying, you want to see whether or not it's a good time to buy. If you're a seller, you want to know if it's a good time to sell. And in order to make those decisions, you need to know how the market is doing. So let's look at that and see how the market has done up to date, year to year end, and also how things are compared to the last month. So we are in November, and we're looking at the statistics of the month of October because just like when you're looking at your bank statement, you have to wait until the month closes in order to be able to get the bank statement updates. Same thing goes for numbers. So we are looking at the numbers for October right now because November has not finished yet. So let me share my screen and see where we are at and look at some numbers together. So here we are, and so Pemberley Realty has two offices, and because of those two offices, we have one office in Del Mar and one office in University Heights, which is metro area close to North Park. So we're always looking at the zip codes of Del Mar and University Heights, and then also compare it to the neighboring zip codes. And the neighboring zip code to Del Mar is Carmel Valley, which is 92130, and neighboring zip code to University Heights is Mission Hills and Hillcrest, which is 92103. So let's toggle back and forth, and let's look at some numbers here. So let's look at 92116, which is Kensington, Normal Heights, University Heights, and it is the zip code where one of our offices is located. So we're looking at closed sales. October of 2022, we closed 18 sales, and 2023 we closed 12 sales for the month. And like you see, the inventory is lower, and so the less number of homes that closed. And if you look at prices have actually gone up. So there is an effort that is being made by the Federal Reserve by raising interest rates very, very quickly to cool down the market. And the biggest part of cooling down the economy is the housing market. But as you can see, we are still looking at appreciation rather than depreciation, which is what is expected to happen out of all of this raising of the interest rates as sharply as they are doing it. But you could argue and say, well, it's not being that successful because look, year to date, we actually have increased by 5%. And if you look at the month, if you compare the months of October of 2022, we've actually gone up by a lot. Now, that's not across the board, because if you're looking at the condo market, it actually is looking like it's depreciated a little. And I think that if you look at the overall market, unfortunately, what you see is in the higher brackets, higher incomes, you actually see more people having the discretionary income and the ability to buy, and the lower range the ability to buy is not as good. So, and that reflects in the numbers. So let's see if that's the case in 92103, which is the neighboring zip code. So you see, this is very, very similar. A 3% appreciation year to date, and from October of 2022 to 2023 is also the same. And now, if you're looking at the condo market, you actually still see appreciation, which is not the same as what we saw in 92116. See over here, we actually see a little bit of a depreciation. Now let's go back and let's go to up north and compare and see what's happening in Del Mar. Del Mar is interesting because you actually see now, if you look October to October, you see a sharp decline, but I would say let's look at the year to date, and you actually see a decline, which is interesting. But look at the median price in Del Mar. Median price in Del Mar is was at 3.175, so almost at 3.2 million, and for this year it's come down to 2.9. Whereas if you're looking at 92116, the median price is was at 1,185,000, and now it's at 1,250,000. So it actually has increased, but again, median price of this zip code is at 1,250,000, whereas Del Mar, which almost it's more than double, 2.9 million. And now also, if you're looking at condos, you can see there's a sharp appreciation on the condo side as well. But you can see that the price of a condo in Del Mar is at 1,500,000 or 1.5 million, and compare that to, let's see, if you compare that to the zip code of 92103, Mission Hills and Hillcrest, you see that the median on a condo is 760, so almost half. Now let's compare that to Carmel Valley and see how the numbers fare there. So you can see there's a depreciation happening. So you can argue, and this is something that there's a lot of talk that in the upper range of prices, which Del Mar and Carmel Valley are definitely in those upper range of price, you can see a slight depreciation. So in Del Mar, you see 8%, 8.7% depreciation. And in Carmel Valley, you see 4.2% depreciation. Now, you can also see days on market year to date have actually increased. So let's go across the board and see what those numbers look at. So Carmel Valley days on market have increased to 30 days. Days on market in Del Mar have increased, but only slightly, to 43 days. Days on market in 92103 are at 32 days, and then days on market in 92116 are at 20 days. Now, what does that exactly mean? That means that if you put your house on the market, you can expect your house to stay on the market for 20 days before it actually gets sold. Now, how is that information helpful? Where would you even use it? Well, let's say that you're a seller and you put your house on the market, then and you expect as soon as your house hits the market, boom, you're going to get multiple offers and it's going to sell within a few hours. Well, that's not happening right now. Right now, if you're putting your house on the market and you're in the zip code of 92116, you can expect that your house is going to sit on the market for a minimum of 20 days. Of course, this is an average days on market, right? It could be less or it could be more, but this is an average of what you can expect to see for your house to sell. And if it's a condo, you can actually see a little bit better numbers, but still you're looking at 15 days on the market before your house or condo gets to be sold. Now, let me see if there is any other information that I can share with you that would be interesting. So let's actually look at the statistics of the entire MLS where versus 92130, as you can 92130. So as you can see, the entire MLS is actually sharply less in price. 921130 hovers above 2 million, whereas the entire county is the median price for a home is slightly below 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 $1 million. And so this is for a single family home versus condos. So with actual single family homes being slightly below $1 million and condos being slightly above $600,000, and that's the comparison between 92130 and the average of the MLS, versus if you compare 92116, for example, for single family homes, you can see again the median of single family homes within the county is slightly below a million, whereas 92116 is slightly above 1.2 million. And if you're looking at a condo, again, the entire county is about $600,000 to get in, whereas in 92116 you can actually get in with a little bit less, which is actually good, right? So in the condo market, this zip code 92116 actually is a little bit more affordable than the average, which is great news to have. Well, that's the long and short of it in terms of sharing with you the market information and how the real estate market in San Diego is doing. Market update that I like to do every month for you. If there is any other information that you like me to discuss, I am happy to do so. And let me also talk about something that has come up that I hear these days a lot, and that is there a lot of foreclosures coming to the market? Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about foreclosures. Are they coming to the market? I just closed on a transaction, and it didn't end up being a foreclosure at all, but it was a distressed sale, meaning that the homeowners were out of work, and they needed to they basically, if it got any longer, they would have trouble paying their mortgage. So this you could consider that a distressed sale, but still not anything close to foreclosure. But in this case, there was a lot of equity in the home. So we basically put the house on the market, and we were able to get an offer quickly and close on the transaction and pull the equity that the homeowner had in the house, so that we can then turn around and reinvest it into something. And in this particular case, the sellers decided to buy into something all cash, so move it out of one state to another state that is less expensive. And this way, they wouldn't have to face having to pay a mortgage again. So that's one way of avoiding foreclosure, and also cashing out on the equity that the home has. And for those of you that are thinking that I'm going to wait until I see more foreclosures coming on the market, I would say the waiting period may not be very fruitful, because there is a lot of equity in the homes right now. So if you're thinking of buying, it definitely is the time to actually do this. And if you are thinking of selling, get to actually sell before you are in trouble, because the more leverage that you have, the better price you can get for your home. And obviously, if you go into a situation where foreclosure action begins by the lender, then it becomes public information. And if the buyers are looking at that information and they know that you are financially in trouble, then they're going to take advantage of that situation and offer you even less. So before you get to a point where you see yourself in trouble financially, get yourself out there, get your property out there on the market. Make sure you're working with a savvy realtor that knows what they're doing, somebody who has been on the market, who has been in the market for a long time, is familiar with the process of foreclosure, familiar with the process of short sale, knows how to negotiate with your lender, and therefore can be on your side and make sure that they can negotiate and negotiate strongly and get the most amount of money that you have out of your property for you and send you on your way to a better financial situation and a brighter future. So speaking of that, if you're thinking of buying or selling in San Diego, yours truly, I'm happy to help you. And I also have a strong team of professionals that work with me, and we are happy to help you with your selling, with your buying, and of course your investing needs. So definitely give me a call. Here is my phone number, and always happy to help you. And let me see my website. There is my website if you choose to check out some of the information that I share. There is my email address, and I love to also visit you on Instagram. So if you are on Instagram, please follow me, and I will make sure to do the same. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I will love it if you give me a thumbs up or give me any comments or any questions that I can answer for you, and I'm happy to do so. And if you are thinking of getting into real estate, I run a brokerage, Pemberley Realty, and I have trained agents for many years, and I would love to have you as part of our team. So give me a call today and enjoy the rest of your evening. I will see you again in December. Take care.